All right, guys, welcome back to the Let Out. It's Marguerite and Bree.
What's up, what's up?
So we're excited. Yo, honestly, guys, thank you for all the love. Like, everybody who tuned in on last week's episode on men and deal breakers in relationships. Like, Bree, we got mad love from that.
Honestly, not even just love, but I feel like everybody like really liked it, like versus just like, oh, of course your friends are gonna watch it or whatever. But
Yeah,
like, I feel like people actually like really like. I got like a lot of people saying like, yo, you were dead on, like, yo, I like really felt what you were saying. Like,
yeah.
So.
Yeah, and we gained some good subscribers from it too. So.
What was our numbers?
So with the subscribers?
No, reviews.
Well, let me check right now. The last time I checked, it was at 1,200 and something.
And I
wasn't even...
That was like in 3 days.
Right? Yeah, I wasn't even like... Honestly, like... I mean, I knew... Not saying I knew we were going to get love, but I wasn't expecting it to like... It's like, okay. 1,302. We're out here. But no, so we're out here. The Let Out episode 2. Got... What is it? Open relationships.
Yeah. So, I think what it was, the day after we dropped the first podcast, some guy that I used to talk to a couple years ago, like, I sent him the link or whatever. He watched it. He was like, oh, it was really good, blah, 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 blah. Then he was like, oh, can you talk or whatever? I was like, I guess. So, he called me, and we was on the phone for, like, 2 hours. And, like, we was just talking basically about open relationships and, like, if cheating was wrong or whatever. And, like, I thought that would be something good to talk about with open relationships. Because I feel like, me personally, I don't believe in open relationships.
Me neither.
At all. Just because I just feel like you can't really be in love with someone and be down for an open relationship. Don't get me wrong, you could have love for that person, but to be romantically in love and you're allowing them to give themselves to someone else, I just don't see it. Just because, like, my whole argument with him was that, you know, he was saying to some people, sex is not anything romantically, like, it's just sex. But I just feel like when you're in love with someone, you become possessive of them. Or it's just like, nobody else can have you. Like, and that's just how it is. Like, and I was like, I feel like all humans have that same feeling. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, when you're in love, it's the same versus everybody else. That. It's the same thing. I feel like
I'm very territorial.
Yeah, like, the feeling of being in love, I feel like it's the same for every human. So I just feel like everybody would not be okay to share. Now, I'm not saying you can't be in a relationship with someone and have love for them and be okay to share, but like having love and being in love is two different things. But that's my opinion, and I mean, I don't know.
Well, I personally agree like 100%, and I don't know, I just like the same thing with you. I just could not. I just couldn't. Like, I can't even like elaborate on it because I just can't share somebody that I'm in love with somebody else. Like, that's time that we could be putting in together. That's time that we could be putting in apart for our personal space. It's already hard enough to be with one, like, not saying it's hard enough, like, to commit to one person. I'm saying, like, the things that you go through when you're in love with somebody, the things that happen throughout relationships, it's already hard enough with those emotions involved. And when I posted that thing on Facebook, like, there is a lot of people who said that they couldn't be in an open relationship, but there were a couple valid points on, like, one of my friends that I work with is currently in an open relationship. And so they were just sharing with me, like, how they got into the relationship, and basically, like, the two of them, like, my friend is more sexually active. So he isn't. He likes personal space, but somehow I don't know, she basically, like, she said, I'll actually read what she had put, but it kind of like contradicts what you were saying about like being in love and having sex, when you were like, oh, he said that sexual, do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying?
Or sex is not anything more than just sex.
Yeah, exactly.
But that whole argument doesn't make sense to me, because, like, don't get me wrong, sex is just sex, but I wouldn't want the person I'm in love with to just have random sex with somebody. Like, it's so, like, that's no. Like, even if it meant nothing to them, and I'm not saying that it can't mean nothing to them, but the fact that I'll be okay with that, that's no. I'm not going to be okay with that.
Well, that's what I had asked. So this is what her response was. So she basically said that he doesn't like basically feel like the same sexual energy. So rather than struggle and force him to be that person. Long story short, she said, I also don't view sex as a love action. It's easy for me to transition my feelings away from that. So then I had asked, I was like, okay, so when you are with your partner and you guys do have sex, is there no emotional connection between it? Like, I just don't think there could be a switch. Like, I don't think that you can be in love with somebody, but then also say that sex isn't just an action, but with them it is. I mean, because what she had said back to that was basically that when she does have sex with her partner, it's love. Like, it's different. Like, there's no feelings. They don't get feelings for the other person. They don't see. A lot of open relationships, I feel like when I've asked people, or like a lot of the stuff that I've been looking online about, they make sure not to get like close with somebody or see somebody consistently or start like texting somebody consistently. Like, I don't know. Like, some people really just do it for the sex, I feel like.
And like, don't get me wrong. Like, I hear that. And the thing is, I'm not questioning that people cannot have sex with somebody and not have feelings. Like, I've had sex with people and not had feelings for them. But that's not my issue in it. My issue is being okay with sharing someone you're in love with. Yeah. That's the issue. Like, anybody can have sex without feelings. Like, that's normal. But I'm not okay sharing someone I'm in love with, someone that I probably think about all day long, someone that I want to grow a future with, that I want to have kids with, that I want to see myself growing old with.
What's the point?
No, like,
where are we getting with this?
And it's like, why do you feel the need that you have to have sex with other people? Like, that's what I'm not understanding. And like, don't get me wrong, like, you know, you could probably be in love with somebody and y'all sex chemistry might not be all that. But you could work towards that. Like, why go see somebody else when y'all can put the effort into building a chemistry?
That was my main point, is the fact that like all that extra energy that you're out spending with another person or being in an open relationship with, that's energy towards us building. Like, that's time and energy being lost. I'm not okay with it either.
Also, that function that we had Friday, that couple that came. Yeah. Like, I asked them about the open relationship, and the guy was for it.
Yeah, he was for it.
He was for it on Instagram. And the girl was against it. Yeah. But then I asked more questions, and I was like, so she could sleep with other guys? And he was like, no. See, that's the thing about open relationships sometimes. It'd be like, the guys can be like, oh, yeah, I can go see other girls, but you can't go see other guys.
I feel like, but that's also, like, yeah, that's how it could be. But I also feel like people who take open relationships seriously, like, they really sit down and have rules towards it. Like, people who really sit here and, like, they really take that seriously. And there's people with open relationships to where, all right, I'll do this, you do this. And then there's the open relationships where it's, like, we're sharing this person. Like, we're bringing somebody else. You know, all right, so check this out. Funny story. So, I think it was, like, a year or something ago, right? I had a little Tinder account, all right? So tell me why. No, listen, this story is funny. So tell me why this female or whatever was like, oh, you're mad pretty. Like, do you want to be my unicorn? So I'm over here like, oh, I don't know what that means, but I like mermaids. So like, okay. So then we ended up by like talking or whatever. So she's like, yeah, so my husband, and I'm like, oh, so like you're married. She's like, yeah, that's what I mean by like my unicorn. I'm like, what? So what does this mean? Like, what is a unicorn? So then she's like, you know, like, you're our girlfriend. I was like, oh no, I deleted, blocked. I was like, like, I am not about that life. No, nowhere near it. My sister did that. One of my sisters, with her man, they had a girlfriend. And I get messy. I feel like those situations like that would always end up bad.
And even like with like threesomes and stuff like that, like I feel like it always starts off good. It's chilling, y'all having fun, And somewhere down the line, it gets messy. It gets fucked up. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't... If you're in love with someone...
Your emotions.
You cannot invite other people into it. Like, you cannot do that.
Because you look so cute right now. Like, if you're in love with someone...
No, like, for real. Because, like... And honestly... I feel like you could love two people at once. I don't feel like you could be in love with two people at once, but you could definitely love two people at once. And, like...
Definitely.
I just feel like that just brings messiness. Like, what if you start fucking with the side piece harder than your main piece? Like,
yeah.
That shit is very, very likely to happen. Like...
No, you're right. And the thing is there's so many emotions involved with it. Like, and that's the thing, like I said, it's like, it's already hard enough to, like, have to build with one person. Like, the emotions that get involved with that, like, if there's arguments, there are good times, all this, there's so much energy, like, to bring that energy into another, like, and seriously have another person, it's just, like, too much. That shit's giving me anxiety just thinking about it.
And I know me personally, like, especially if the sex is great with my nigga.
Look at your face.
What?
You're like this. Great.
If the sex is popping with my nigga, and I swear to God, just me imagining him fucking another girl the way he fucks me.
Yeah, that thought, you know how when you think about that?
I can't do it. No, I can't. Like,
I know exactly what you mean. Like, when you think, like, yeah, because I can't even sit here and, like, when you fuck with somebody hard and then it's like you close your eyes, you try to think it's like, no. It's
like, you be fucking her the way you fuck me. You be eating her out the way you eat me out. Like, you be putting that much emotion in, because, like, let me know now. Like,
it's like, but not them kissing when they go by. All right, babe, I'm going to see freaking whatever. Like, I'll be back in an hour.
Story time. So, the guy that I had this conversation with, me and him used to fuck around when I was like 19-ish. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 19, maybe 20. And he's older than me. And, like, me and him was just, like, you know, like, fucking around. Like, we was not serious, just fucking around.
Yeah.
But, like, he would always want me to spend the night at his house. Like, he was, like, always wanting me around. Mm-hmm. And I was like, fuck it, I guess, whatever. Yeah. So, chilling. I was spending the night one night, and he was on his phone. And I knew he was texting another girl, but, like, I didn't care because, like, I didn't have feelings for him. Like, you know what I mean? It was just what it is. So I'm just, like, chilling, whatever. And then he's like, oh, I'm going to leave and I'm going to come right back. I'm sitting here
You're bugging.
This nigga thinks I'm stupid. Like, alright. I'm like, so you about to go see that girl you was on Snapchat with? And then he was like, boom. Yeah. He was like, but I'm not even gonna fuck her. I just want to see what the head's like. Da 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 da.
At least he was honest.
Right. Like, I don't even care. Like, I don't care. Like,
but still, it's like, what?
But what we not gonna do is you about to go do you and then come back and try to cuddle up on me. That's what we're not gonna do. So I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna go home. He's like, no, don't go home. Don't go home. I'm like, what?
You want me to wait here?
You want me to wait here in your bed while you go get head from some random chick and then try to come back and cuddle on me? You got me fucked up. And mind you, you're the one that wants me to spend the night because I'm fine with being at home. You don't want to be like, let me come pick you up and all that shit. So I'm over here like, you got me fucked up. Like, you really got me fucked up. Yeah. So I'm like, no. I'm like, putting on boots. It was winter time. Putting on boots.
Where's my gloves?
Putting on my coat.
But now you're doing it all, like, slow. Like,
no, that ass throwing up the deuces. Like, see you tomorrow. Smooches. And
take he's a like, shower when you get home.
And he's over here like, don't go. Come on, don't go. And I swear to God, and I'm not even kidding when I say this, we was in this nigga's kitchen. And this nigga threw himself on the ground. Like, I'm so serious. I'm so fucking serious. This nigga threw himself on the ground.
Ew,
mind you, he's older than me. So he's like, at least, I think at that time he was like 25, if I'm not mistaken. 25.
It's like, you're a grown
ass man. Yo,
get up.
He threw himself on the ground and was like, don't leave.
Walks over.
And was like, don't leave. I was like, if you don't get up.
Not me, walks over.
Like, Like, you really got me fucked. Like, you really want me to sit in your bed while you go get head from another girl and then try to come back to me. And when I try to leave, I'm not even
throw yourself on the floor.
I'm not over here causing a scene. I'm not over here arguing with you. I'm like, cool, go ahead, go do you. See what the heck? Like, go ahead, go do you. But I'm gonna go home and I'm sleep in my bed. Like,
no, yeah, I'm not staying here. You're about to.
Yeah, and he's gonna throw himself on the ground. Like, I swear that day had me amazed. Like, I still think about that. I'd be like, yo, that was the punchline because I was not expecting that. Like, I'm thinking, bitch,
like, you
think
just
about me
out,
being there.
You know, like,
mind you, he's a tall ass nigga too.
Did he like flat out throw himself, or did he like at least like try to look a little like get on the floor romantic kind of thing?
No, he kind of threw himself on the ground somewhere. Ew. And I was just really
ew. What was your face
surprised?
Like?
I was just like looking at him like, is this really happening to me right now? Like, I swear I have stories. My life is like a movie sometimes.
It is. Instagram, basically, like, so two things. I put on Instagram, do you believe in an open relationship, yes or no? And let me see. So, like 20, it was majority was basically no. Majority of the people said no. But then I also put on there, like, because here's my thing with open relationship. Like, if you're in an open relationship, like, can you be cheated on, technically? And a lot of people said yes. Like, majority of the people said yes, you can be cheated on. So when I asked, like, when I was like, so when I put on Facebook, like, how do you consider being cheated on? It's like, when you have people who take those relationships seriously, they sit down and they deadass have rules. And like that post I showed you online, like, they deadass have rules. And I don't know, like, I guess if they break one of them rules, that's considered cheating. But I just don't see how, like, cheating is going out of a commitment. Like, we're committed, but we're not committed. So how are you cheating on me?
This is how I view an open relationship. You know, when you fucking with somebody, you know, like, you know, you vibe with them, you like them, y'all fucking, but y'all not official. Mm-hmm. So it's like, y'all never had that conversation where it's like, I can't be mad if you talk to another girl. You can't be mad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I talk to another dude, because we never had that conversation that we're one-on-one. But when I see
You're saying that is an open relationship?
No, but I'm saying that's how I view an open relationship. It's like, we fuck with each other dumb hard. Mm-hmm. The sex is good, but I can't question you on what you do beyond that. Like, that's how I view an open relationship. It's like, what's the difference? What's really the difference between the two? But
there's some people, like, for example, my friend, like, they've been together for 2, almost 3 years, so they're committed to each other. So but sexually, they want to be with.
That like, don't matter. There's people that have been fucking around for years.
No, I know, but I'm saying, I think. You're right. You got me with that one.
No, there's people that's been fucking around for years, and I still haven't made it official.
You're right.
So if it's the same rules, like, what's the difference?
Give props to you. That was a good one. You're right.
And then another question I have, which I really wish we had some.
Guys, make sure to comment in the box below what y'all feel about an open relationship.
I really wish we had someone that was in an open relationship right here, you know, because I want to ask, like, so is there ever a cutoff point when it's like, all right, the relationship is closed now? Yeah. Like, is there ever, like, is it okay to do that when y'all have kids together? Like, is that too much?
Oh, right. Like, well, just, like, bringing it back to, I was like, you're in a marriage. Like, she had, like, 4 kids. I was like, bro. Like, that's weird. Like, it's, deuces. Like that was, it was so awkward. It made me actually feel very weird.
No, it really, I just don't see it. And it's like, don't get me wrong, I'm not judging anybody that's in an open relationship. If that makes you happy, then do you. But I really cannot understand it. Yeah. And the argument that I just kept having with this guy was, yeah, you might have love for them, but are you in love with them? Mm-hmm. That's 2 different things. To be romantically in love with someone and to have love with someone, it's 2 different things. And he's like, well, there's people that's been married for 20 years in an open relationship. I'm like, so? What? There's people that have been married for 20 years and don't even... They're not in love with each other. That doesn't mean anything. You know how many people just stay because, oh, we got kids together. Stay because, oh, we got a house together. It's too much to be going through a divorce. oh, I've been with you for 20 years. I know you since I was probably in high school. Da, da, da. Of course, I got love for you, but that don't mean I'm in love with you. Because if I was, why would I want another person?
No, for real. No, I agree with that 100%. It's just messy all around, especially like sexual disease, like all types of things like that. Like, it's just
and then like I was talking with him. I was like, don't get me wrong. I do feel like you could be in love with someone and cheat on them. I do feel like you can do that. Mm-hmm. But the difference is to be okay with it. That's a whole nother. That's
to be
something
content.
Different.
It's basically like you just made up a good point. It's basically like saying like when you are in a relationship and you get cheated on or you cheat on that person, but you're still with that person. So it's kind of like that, but over and over and over again, and you're consenting to it. You're okay with it.
Yeah, because it's like, don't get me wrong, you could be in love with somebody and cheat on them because, like, of course, when you're in love with someone, just like in any other relationship, there's ups and downs. So there might be certain times where it's like, all right, you do step out. I get it. And if you're really in love with somebody, most likely you're going to forgive it, you know, and try to get past it. Mm-hmm. But to be okay and to allow it, that's a different concept, whole different thing that I can't get my mind around. I really can't.
And you know what I also wonder when I think about, like, open relationships? So when you do have that cutoff point where it's like, okay, no more, whatever the case may be, like, I feel like then it's going to bring a whole lot of mess into it either way, because this is what we were doing for what? Some people do it for a minute, like 3-4 years or a couple months. Like, think of, like, I've been doing me, you've been doing you, so how do I know you're still not doing you? Or
that's like what if one person wants to stop, another person doesn't? Then
right,
what?
yeah, like yeah, exactly. It's just too much. It's too much. I don't think that's a relationship.
I don't see it. But, I mean...
But some people really do. That's why it would have been good to get somebody... You know, we definitely got to start getting people on here for, like, their opinions and stuff. Because it'd be good to hear about it. Especially because I don't know, like, this is a topic... Like, I'm very open-minded, so I'm not judging anybody or knocking anybody in an open relationship or saying how they feel or whatever the case may be. But I just can't wrap my hands around how serious some people are about open relationships. It's like, there's people in this world who have 2 wives. Like, how? I don't.
And I was talking with my friend. I was like, I just feel like most of the times open relationships are brought up by the man. Mm. They're usually the one that wants it. And some females might go along with it because they want to keep their man or be submissive to their man or whatever. But I just feel like 9 times out of 10, I feel like the man is the one to bring that up. Mm-hmm. That might not be true in all cases, of course not, but I just feel like it's mostly what a man would want. Because I feel like women are way more... Women want to commit to one person. Yeah. Rather than a man who wants to have as many options as he can. Mm-hmm. That's just my personal...
Jamaican motherfucker. Especially you get you a Rastafarian. Absolutely not. Mm-mm. Oh my god.
But I just feel like with open relationships and it's like having multiple wives and I just feel
the multiple wives thing it grinds my gears, Brie. I don't understand it. It grinds my gears.
I just feels like it's so misogynistic and it's just like...
It's what?
Misogynistic.
What's that mean?
It's like... Don't quote me on a perfect definition, but basically like... like... Maybe like... I would say a simple definition is the opposite of a feminist. Ah. Like basically like, you know, like... Think of like...
Word of the day, y'all.
Think of like a real... Like a man that's like feels like men over women. Like, you know, like, our feelings... you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Like, they don't really value a woman's worth. Like,
right.
Like, women are just there to look pretty and to clean the house and raise the kids. Like views like that. I got a call from a guy like that on the phones the other, like, couple weeks ago. But I could tell, like, the way you're describing it, like, that's how you could tell he was, because he was just so downgrading, like, so mean throughout the call. And, like, towards the end, he didn't like the price that I gave him for his insurance quote. Then he was like, you see,
I was originally, and I kid you not, he was basically saying, like, I originally was going to hang up when I heard that it was a woman's voice on the phone. And he was like, but I tried to give you a chance. And then he was like, this quote is as dumb as women are. He was like, you should just stay home, he was like, take my tip, sweetie. He was like, find you a nice rich man, stay home, because that's what women are supposed to do. And then I was like, all right, well, have a good day. Quit. I told my manager, I was like, I just hung up on him. She was like, why? And then I was like, cause, like, and I told her, and then she was like, good. Send me the phone number. But I was like, ew. Honestly, though, I've never had, like, somebody say that, like, over the phone, like, something like that. So it was like, ew. Especially, like, you don't know me. So that's how you really view women. Like, you don't know anything. You don't know my face. You don't know my skin color. And my name is Marguerite. I'm black. Like, you probably think I'm this little white girl. Like, so it's not me personally, but it's like, dang, that's how you really view women. Like, just sit at home, get you a nice rich man. I mean...
You know, some men think of women,
but
right.
Don't stop playing on that.
Shit. But the thing is like there's a lot of men that just view women as objects. So
yeah,
you know,
it's
of course they want multiple. You ain't nothing but an object, and that's also another thing I was saying to him. I was like, there's some people that are emotionally unavailable. So of course,
that's kind of what we were talking about.
So of course, it's easy for you to sit here and want to be in an open relationship. Mm-hmm. You never felt that deep about that person to begin with because you never allowed yourself to open up to that person. So of course, you can't get hurt from them being with another person. You never felt that deep to begin with.
Facts alert. Ew.
What?
Facts alert. That's cute.
Facts alert.
Hashtag facts alert.
Hashtag tell us what you think about that. That just comes back to like shit, being possessive and jealous.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck. Like that's a natural feeling that comes with love. When you love someone, you get jealous. Like you don't want them looking at nobody else the way they look at you. Like you're like, some no, people that's mine. Don't though.
Like, because I'm not gonna lie, when I was talking, granted, I agree the same way, but that's just how I think. Like I said, I'm very territorial, but my friend at work, like, that is not her mindset at all. Like, it's the complete opposite. Like, she is so content in her relationship. Like, they are so content with each other that, like, I mean, I still don't get the point of it, but they don't get jealous over it. They've come to agreements on it. Like, they sit there together on, like, dating apps and will, like, swipe through.
Wait, so, all right. So you said that she wants sex more than he does?
She's more sexually active. He likes more alone time. Like, so
does he still talk to other girls? And if so, no, then I don't understand why.
No, he doesn't. That's the thing. He is more of a person that likes to be alone, but they're so content with each other that he's okay with her doing that. Like, so they sit there.
So she's the only one stepping out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes, like, I was like, what? Mm-hmm. But he's a very, like, to himself kind of guy.
And I feel like the thing is, like, I feel like a woman it would be easier for her to accept or at least deal with her man being out here in the streets. But I can't see a man doing it because I feel like men
are very possessed. Not even possessive. It's just like men.
I feel like men are very sensitive.
Exactly.
Like as much as they try not to.
It's all about pride.
I don't feel like men
can handle pride.
I don't feel like men can handle or put up with the same things that a woman can handle and put up with.
Yeah.
I feel like men be too quick to shut down, be too quick to not be able to do it. Mm-hmm. Like just be like, I can't.
Yeah.
So the fact that a man is allowing that is questionable too. It's just unless he's a pushover, because there are some men that are pushovers.
I don't know, but I mean, hey, shout out to them. They getting through it. So
if they happy, do it. I guess.
For real, live your best life. Live your best life.
I ain't going back and forth with you, niggas. I'm living my best. Alright, so, like, honestly, at the end of the day, I don't understand how you can be in an open relationship if you're in love with somebody. The whole key word about this is being in love, because that's the biggest part. Yeah. Being in love and being in an open relationship. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, there's people that do it. And
there's people that Yeah, no, there's people that really like have strong beliefs on it. I'll say that's my final thought too. I mean, I personally couldn't do it, but there are people out there who really have beliefs on it that make it work. But I agree with you on this one, Bree. So anyways, definitely make sure to check us out on SoundCloud. We're also going to be, making an Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to be making an Instagram too. All of our social medias will be linked down below. And thank y'all again for all the love and support that you guys gave us on our last one. It's the Let Out episode 2.
Also, guys, we want your feedback.
Yes.
And what do y'all want to hear us talk about also?
Definitely.
Like what topics do y'all think we should talk about?
Yes, so we're definitely also going to be looking for people to start coming on the show, record with us, have some wine time.
We got a couple people we got to get on here, but like, up. You know.
But it's just the beginning, so we're excited.
Again, thank you for all the support. Like, yes. I actually was really surprised when I seen how much good feedback we got.
Definitely. Oh, it all made me smile. I was happy. We definitely appreciate it. So stay tuned for next week's episode. Not sure what we're going to talk about yet, but follow us on social media so you can find out. Bye.
Bye.